Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You are tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Podchaser, Amazon Music, Audible, iTunes, TuneIn, and Rumble and TV Live, and more. And I am your host, Dr. Marissa. You know me as the Asian Oprah. And this is a show about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal, and no K-words. No Kanye talk at all. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. And people ask me all the time, why 88%? Don't you want people to be happy 100% of the time? Well, if you are happy 100% of the time, you are dead. I don't want dead people walking or talking, because we need a little bit of contrast. We need some unhappiness to know that we are happy. So 88% is almost, it's the majority of the time. And 8 is a lucky number in Chinese. I know you thought I was Swedish, but it's a homophone for good fortune. So 88% is double good fortune, to help you claim your birthright to happiness. So welcome. We are on show 674. Unbelievable. We're coming up on 9 years. Skip forward a couple years. 9 years on May the 1st, 2022. I did start this show in 2012. Basically was woken up in the morning and I heard a voice that said, radio. And I'm like, radio? I never had the idea or desire for that. And the voice was quite insistent. So I sat up, went to the computer, wrote down the manifesto and the format and the name of the show and the business plan. And next thing you know, I'm on the air. So it's been a wonderful run. Thank you for continuing to support me. I know there's people who are listening in their car right now, or watching on my YouTube channel that's streaming, or on my Facebook. I see the eyeballs. Go ahead and say hi on the comment section. I'll put your names up or give you a shout out. And as usual, there's going to be an Asian Oprah giveaway at the end of the show. And today I'm giving away my children's book, Mommy, What Are Feelings? It's a download. It's especially important for people who grew up, who were told, don't cry, or don't be too happy, and don't have feelings. So my daughters illustrated the book. So that is your Asian Oprah giveaway. Just stay tuned to the end of the show when I tell you how to get that. All right. And as usual, we do our gratitude sandwich Blisscipline first thing in the morning on the show. I'm trying to train your muscle to choose to look at things that are positive and you're grateful for and that you appreciate, because it helps frame the rest of your day in the most positive way. So 8 specific gratitudes that you have. You can turn to the person next to you and list them, or you can type them, or you can put them in the chat, or you can call them in. The line here, 888-909-1050, is always open to you. And if we can fit you in, we will. Tuesdays and Thursdays are the day where I always take callers and love to interact with you. So remember that. All right. First thing I am specifically grateful for is I got a really nice text from my nephew-in-law or nephew-in-love. This morning I was woken up at like 5:30 with a helicopter outside my window. And so I sent that little clip to them, and his response is, it's paparazzi trying to get a glimpse of Dr. Marissa. So that was kind of cute. I'm grateful for my loving family. I'm grateful for a sense of humor, that I can laugh. I'm grateful that I love laughter, my favorite sound in the whole world. I'm grateful that I know enough American Sign Language to connect with someone in the elevator yesterday who uses it. I'm grateful that the Best Supporting Actor, Tony, unbelievable. The Coda, I'm so glad it won the Best Movie of the Year. And just, I love American Sign Language. I'm grateful that I do know a little bit. I'm grateful that I have Polly on the boards today, and he's a wonderful supporter at the studio. 7, I'm grateful that I have a video interview from backstage today from Secret Knock that I'm going to be playing, hopefully. We had some technical difficulties at the beginning, but Crystal Lindsey is my guest today. And finally, I'm grateful for hot showers, and that we are, that most Americans are among the top % of comfortable people the way we live, and that we are in the top, I think it's 8% have money in their wallet, food in their fridge, and a roof over their head. And many of us in America have that, where people around the world don't. And so I'm grateful to have that. And so when bad things happen, instead of complaining about them, I remember ICBW. I could be living somewhere that doesn't have the affordable luxuries that we do. All right, so there's 8 specific gratitudes, pretty quick. You can do them if you start your day that way, even before you get on your computer or you start on your phone doing this. Then at the end of the night, what are 8 things that you appreciate about yourself? What makes you approve of yourself? Because if you can't approve of yourself, how the fork do you expect other people to approve of you? So that muscle of learning how to make yourself feel okay is so important to have a happy life. So I appreciate that I am doing something about losing weight, and I've lost 14.2 pounds. Very happy about that. I'm grateful that, or I appreciate that I have discipline, and that even when I don't feel like doing some things, I do it anyways, and I reward myself with things like Candy Crush or a movie. I appreciate that I'm creative. I appreciate that I'm a problem solver. I appreciate that I know not to react right away most of the time. I appreciate that I know that I have a proclivity to think that I am fat, ugly, and clumsy because of the messages that I had, but I don't have to believe that. I'm appreciative that I have a new program going into my website, which is subscription-based. So if you want to get me on a monthly basis, there's that. And then I appreciate that I have people that are supporting me to build out all the things that I do, and I'm grateful for that. So 8 appreciations. That was my appreciation from last night. That is the prescription, your Happy 88 tool, to be happier 88% of the time. So take a bite of that gratitude sandwich, and I promise if you do this every day for 21 days, it becomes a habit, which will then lead you to attract more positive things into your life. Yeah? All right. So that's my opening, and I'm sticking to it. And when we come back, we're going to go on break, but when we come back, you're going to hear another highlight interview from Backstage Secret Knock. You remember I was in San Diego. That's when I got the interview with Carol Baskin. I'm getting a lot of just a comment on that video. There's so many people who still believe that she killed her husband, or Don, second husband. And if you haven't watched Joe versus Carol, I would encourage you to do that. It's not something she made. And then watch the interview I have with her, and you can see, because I actually believe as you did, and I went in that way. And there's several things that she said. So I want you to listen to that, and then tomorrow we'll talk about it on the show. And so you can interact with me on that. All right. But when we come back, it'll be Crystal Lindsey, digital marketing expert, in my backstage interview with her on Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Are people driving you crazy? Do you hate your job, but you're not quite sure what you should do instead? If you have questions like that, then I have great news for you. I'm Dr. Marissa, celebrity host and producer of your 8 a.m. drive time show called Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa.
And we're back. You're tuned.
And now that we are coming out of this thing called the pandemic, I'm delighted to tell you that our question and answer lines are opening up again. So if you're looking for some answers, solutions, happiness coaching, and advice, first thing in the morning from yours truly, Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura, then call 888-909-1050. That's 888-909-1050. And I'll be happy to help you claim your birthright to be happy 88% of the time.
Well, she has been dubbed the Asian Oprah, and she just wants all of us to be happy.
Dr. Marissa, aka the Asian Oprah, says the most important thing you can choose is choosing to be happy.
You are tuned into my weekly talk radio TV show called Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa.
That's the idea for Dr. Marissa Pay's new book called 8 Ways to Be Happy.
Many of us say, I am my own worst critic. Nobody's harder on me than I am. And my response to that is, stop it. Why are you doing that to yourself? You have to be your biggest fan, because if you can't at the end of the day say, I did a good job, who is? We don't have to constantly be angry at the things that are wrong. Why don't we choose to be happy about things that are right? We have the choice. That's our muscle. And
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, NBC Sports Radio Station, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Amazon Music, iTunes, TuneIn, and more. And why? Because I want the maximum splatter zone for more hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal, and no K words, no Kanye talk at all. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So I bring guests and topics to help you with that. And today is absolutely no exception. I have a beautiful woman inside and out here, and she is going to answer. I don't have an answering machine. I have a questioning machine. And when you call me, it says, who are you and what do you want? So, who are you and what do you want?
Oh, well, thank you so much for this. I am Crystal Lindsey. I'm a former foster youth who beat all of the odds through biohacking, wrote a book about it, Grit, Gratitude, Former Foster Youth's Playbook for Adulting. And I've channeled my competitive strength nature into being a dynamic marketer who grows businesses. And specifically, can I tell you a secret? I do it by aggressively going after their competitors and proving ROI. So I am a strength-based person who shows up fully and helps people show up fully in their business as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you were a kid, did you know you were going to do this?
You know, I actually found a little book I wrote when I was a child, and there was a, cardboard, and they put wallpaper on the outside, and you type the pages. And I wrote, when I grow up, I'm going to be a teacher and an artist. And it's so funny because what I channel in me is the teaching. So I do a lot of components of training, as well as coaching, masterminding through Grateful Marketer, which is, of course, where you can check us out for your marketing needs. We put a lot of content out there. I lead with value and really getting people to understand how to put themselves in a peak state as well as grow your business. So it's very much that training. And then I'm an analytical creative hybrid, right? So in marketing, I love to pick apart an ad and think critically about a business and come up with a business solution and recommend how to build out the funnels and the content marketing and story brand and all of this. And then the flip side is, let's look at the numbers. And let's amplify what's working, let's cut what's not, and follow the data. So my favorite classes were Tai Chi, drawing, and statistics. I got an A+ in them in college. So I'm a little bit of an odd duck here.
Well, I actually teach Tai Chi, so
beautiful. That's why we connected. I love it. Yes.
I love when that happens. So, what is one of the most common mistakes that people make when it comes to marketing?
You know, the most common question I get around marketing is always social media. I had a social media firm for 5 years, and I want to talk to you about how to go after your competitors and create dynamic videos and case studies and storytelling, branding, and like all of these exciting things, right? Optimize your website for maximum conversion. And then somebody looks at me and goes, how do I get leads on social media? Every time. So I want to talk about those things, but the number one question I get is always, how do I get leads on social media? And the answer is truly, social media, I know we're shocked here, is supposed to be social. Anybody out there knew that? Okay, look, stop trying to talk about what you want people to talk about and start talking about what they already care about. Think of the textable standard. If you would write this in a text, the actual font, but the actual words, add the emojis, just like you would text someone, that's what your social media post is. If you text this piece of content, this article, this video, this meme, whatever it is, to your ideal client and they thought it was spam, don't post it. If you would text it and it's valuable, post it. And the second thing I want to add is, if you're not putting money behind it, you're not getting seen. So you're only getting seen by less than 3% of the people who like your page. If you don't put even $5, you don't got to do a lot of money. $5, $10, $15, $20, $25 behind a post will get you in front of 20,000 people, 5,000 people, compared to 3 people who would see it if you didn't.
So my takeaway from that is, it is good to invest in social media, and don't post what you want to talk about, but look at what other people. So what are other people caring about?
I'm so glad you asked, right? Because that's really the core. I mean, it's different for everybody. I mean, for an author who's trying to reach somebody who's, doing a breakthrough self-help is different than somebody who's a mechanic trying to reach someone who needs to fix their car, right? But the process is the same, and that's the key. The key is, I want you to think about who's somebody you've worked with that you want 10 more just like, not a hypothetical person. I want you to write down the name of the client who pays their bill on time, who refers people, who likes and comments on your social, whatever that ideal client is. Write down the actual name. And then I want you to write down, what were their goals when they met you? Real estate agents do this in their sleep. They want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in this neighborhood, in the school district, with a backyard, right? But then you ask yourself, for each bullet point, why don't they have that?
Okay, let's practice.
Yeah,
on
please,
me, because it's my show.
I love it. Let's do it right here live. You get to see it.
That's right. So I actually have 5 jobs.
Okay.
So I know we're not going to have time to do all 5.
Yeah.
So of all these that you are listening to, which one? That's my first question.
Sure.
Which one would you focus on? So. Oh, good. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't going to be like new background.
Yeah, we're at Fabulous Secret Knock
Yes,
and
we
enjoying
are.
amazing speakers. So if you see this atmosphere, it's fire. So excuse the background.
Yeah, for sure. So I am a motivational speaker.
Fabulous.
That's
I see
been
that.
on this stage.
Yes.
And I have a talk radio TV
Perfect.
news
Okay.
show,
Okay.
which I've been almost 9 years.
Okay.
I've been motivational speaking for like 30.
Yeah.
I do happiness coaching,
Okay.
which is out of my best-selling
Yeah.
book, 8 Ways to
I saw that,
Happiness.
yes.
Yeah. That's 3. I do beat reporting, so I
Yeah.
work for a New York news agency and go out and do the news.
Yeah.
And then I do, let's see, what's the 5th one? I'm a corporate psychologist. So organizational psychology, I go into businesses and help them with strategic planning,
Yeah.
communication, leadership, executive development.
Perfect.
So,
Okay.
which one?
So let me ask a clarifying question. Is it the same audience that would go through those businesses, who would list you on the radio, who would read your book, who would listen, watch you speak, who would hire you as a psychologist? Is it that same audience?
Well, the happiness theme is for everybody.
Of course. I want to be
But-
more happy. You want to be more happy?
Exactly. So that is the same audience, but for motivational speaking, it's for people that do conferences, right?
Right.
For organizational psychology, is Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah.
Happiness is for everybody.
Okay, let me ask another clarifying question. Which one's driving 80% of the revenue of your business?
Before COVID, hashtag BC19,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
motivational speaking. That
Okay.
went totally
Okay.
gone.
Okay.
So the happiness coaching now
Yeah.
is, because of COVID,
Okay.
the where it is.
So this is kind of, I love my real estate agent. It's kind of like a real estate agent who says, I do a lot of first time home buyers, but what I want to do is a
Okay.
double-ended deal. So what I'm
Okay.
hearing is, I have a background in strength and a history of public speaking being my number one revenue source, but now BC19 has forced me in to restructure my business, and happiness coaching is now the product driver. Okay, so you may have a lot of the other contacts in your Rolodex of the previous, but you want to build up the new one.
Yes.
Okay, so this is like a great opportunity here. So if you're watching, really think about what is driving your business. And you may have the same conflict where you say, this is what's actually driving it, but this is what I want to be driving it. Make your content about what you want to drive your business, so those people raise their hand. And people all day long say, I don't want to niche up too much because these people over here, they're not going to, this is my core audience, right? But I'm going to tell you, these people over here are going to still come to you. They're already going to come to you.
Oh, okay.
And they're already in your audience. They know, like, and trust you. They're not going to quit and forget about you because you specialize in something else. Trust me. You're not switching gears here.
All right.
So own it that is, you are the expert, like we heard from stage, right? You are the expert on happiness coaching. That will then funnel through to get you more public speaking gigs. That will promote your book. That will tie to your radio. And the other thing I want to offer to you is you don't have 5 jobs and 5 businesses. You are a multi-million-dollar empire. And once you own that, you step into that power and realize they do in fact funnel to each other.
Okay.
So the thing is, not all businesses help the same exact people, but there is one ideal client who would funnel through all of them and specifically go through the happiness coaching. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about that person.
Okay.
Give me the name of somebody you've worked with that fits that description. They're happiness coaching and they would do all the other things. Read your book, listen to you, go to your speaking, any of those.
Jen.
Jen, okay, fabulous. What did Jen want when Jen met you?
Jen wanted a way to stop feeling angry and sad about her past and wanted to be happier, have more peace of mind, have more peace of heart, and quit being so angry.
So I heard the needs and I heard the challenge here. So the actual need was peace of mind, peace of heart. Let me do a clarifying question and then we're coming back to the challenge, which is the anger.
Okay.
So what did she put in her words? Peace of mind and peace of heart, I imagine, is something in your book. It's something you talk about regularly and is very near and dear to you. How did she describe that when she sat in front of you?
She said that she was obsessed about a past relationship that was very unfair and was not happy and needed
Preach.
help. Yeah, and right? Doesn't that sound? That's why chapter.
I'm like,
4.
and what'd you tell her? I'm not interested. Okay.
It's in the book.
I know. Oh, I'm on it. All right.
So
she's obsessed with a previous relationship.
Yeah.
So it's using up a lot of her mental energy,
Yes.
the creative spark, all these things in her
Yes.
life is weighing on her.
Yes.
I bet she feels almost hungover every day she wakes up. She doesn't
Yes.
experience joy. Okay.
Yes.
But put it in her words. She said, I just need to. What did she say? Her exact words, if you can remember.
I want to get over this.
Ooh, okay, fabulous. Bing! All right, so this is an example. I want to get over this. Now, do you hear that a lot from your clients?
Yes.
I just want to get over this. Now,
Yes.
this is a clarifying point. If you're watching this, you're listening, it's the fact that you want to get over this is the topic of your next series. It is the content driver of your social media. It's a video series. It's a blog series. It's influencer marketing. It's everything is how to just get over this. Right?
Right.
It's also the intro to your videos. You say, look, are you out there and you're struggling, feeling hungover, obsessed and irritated every day? Maybe you went through a breakup or got fired or laid off from your job. But what you want more than anything is to just get over this. I can help. That's called storytelling branding. Now, I did a couple of things here, and I'm going to come back to the buyer persona.
All right.
But I'm going to, I want to give them some tips. Can I give them a tip?
Yes,
Okay, all right. So, do you know the number one word that if you said in the first 3 seconds would increase people to watch your videos 68% more? This is by a YouTube study by Google.
Okay.
What's the one word? Take a guess.
Yes.
Close. That's a good one. It's a I like.
Okay.
It's a 3-letter word, and it
Okay.
starts with Y as well.
It starts with Y.
It starts with Y, and the answer is it's
Why?
It's you.
Oh,
You. Now, there's brain science, and in a snippet, if you're a neuroscience nerd like me, it actually taps into your reticular activating system and tells your brain to pay attention. This could save your life. So, but okay, let's get back to it. So when you say, are you struggling with X? Do you want this more than anything? Great, I can help you. You just said it 3 times in the first 5 seconds. So if you said it once, people are 68% more likely to continue watching. You say it twice, it jumps to 87%. And if you say it 3 times in the first 5 seconds, people are 93% more likely to watch your video. So that's a little snippet for you.
Okay.
That's storytelling branding.
Okay.
So coming back to the buyer, we call this the buyer persona.
Can I ask you a
Please.
question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you can tell, she's as shy as I am, has nothing to say. Sarcasm is another service I offer, but it's great. It's great.
Yes.
But the one thing that I wanted to ask is on YouTube, you don't want people to click unless they are ready to invest. So I don't necessarily want people to click the video
This is
who
good.
are not
is
in
good.
my
Oh.
rodeo.
We are aligned. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why we niched up to the one type of audience that fits through and funnels through all of your programs. We talked about the happiness coaching. So if you just were general and you said, look, I want more public speaking gigs, or, I kind of want more clients, and let me just create a video on happiness. Now, anybody who wants to be happy is going to click on it.
Right.
But if you're like, are you struggling because you just want to get over it? The only people who are going to click on it are the ones who just want to get over it, which brings up the exact point you said, which is it makes your marketing more effective and you pay less for it, and you get the exact people who are most profitable for your business to raise their hand. Anybody out there? I mean, like, oh my goodness, this is a huge breakthrough.
Okay.
So what we just did is called the buyer persona. So the needs and goals of what she wants is she just wants to get over it. Her challenge is anger, heartbreak, and disappointment. So you kind of like journal it out, right? So you say, okay, here's the need, and then you say, Captain Obvious, what's standing in their way, and why didn't they already accomplish this?
Okay.
And then boom, each one should have a correlation. And then maybe you got a challenge, you say, oh, she's just heartbroken, and just know the challenge. Then ask yourself, well, what do they really want? What would happen if we fix this problem? Boom, and put it in their exact words. That was the clarifying moment, right? Right. Not the words from your book. When I say talk about what you want not what you want to talk about, but what you want them to talk about. Now notice the content and advice is still the same, but you're putting it and packaging it in a way that's not in the words in your book, but the words in their mouth, and that's what's going to resonate with them and get them to say, that's me. Oh my goodness, I struggle with that. She's the exact person who can help me. This is the key though. I'm going to lean in on it. She's the guide. Oh, you've become the guide. They're the hero. You're the guide, because you said, Are you struggling because you just want to get over this? Are you dealing with disappointment and heartbreak? Are you waking up angry every day? Great, I can help you. For example, now I'm gonna give you. Can I give you another one?
Yes, but
Okay.
before we do, I want to make sure we get the top of your head.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. So now,
And before we do,
Yeah.
I just want to identify where we are
Yes.
because some of you have just tuned in and you're like, who is Dr. Marissa talking to today? Well,
Yes.
I am so delighted to be bringing you, obviously you see the people walking by. We are live at Secret Knock. I'm going to bring this wonderful expert in marketing to you on a show when I get back. And her name is...
Crystal Lindsey, your grateful marketer, former FOSS youth who beat all the odds biohacking and channeled that into helping business owners show up fully and grow their business.
And she's very not clear about her strength. Sarcasm is another service I offer. And honestly, I have learned quite a bit from you.
Thank you.
In the last 15 minutes that I am grateful for.
Gratitude. I love it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, so back to
Okay.
my life.
Yeah,
back to my marketing.
Yeah.
So I want see if I
Yeah,
recap
yeah,
this well.
yeah.
So if you're following along and you're putting your business in,
Yeah.
I don't want to use my words.
Yeah.
I want to use their words.
Yes.
I want to understand what they're trying to
Yes.
leave or
Yes.
get rid of.
Yes.
And I'm trying to find out what they want in their words.
Yes.
And put those words in my YouTube ad.
Preach.
Oh.
Yes. See, it's that easy. You're fabulous. Look at that. Marketing genius right here. I'm so excited.
Good teacher.
Yes.
Good teacher.
Well, it's so clear with you because you know your business. And the other thing I want you to own is you don't have 5 businesses. You have a multi-million-dollar
Yes.
empire.
Oh, yeah. Gotta remember
You
that.
are the expert on happiness.
Yeah.
And this is how you facilitate and reach your audience.
Got it.
So that's a clarifying point as well. Now, let's go ahead and go back to the script and the best practice. The number one type of content you could put on YouTube as a video to get something is a client case study. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, you can hire us and we create a video for you for what, 700, 500, 1,000, whatever that is, and you use it and it's overproduced and your logo spins in and spins out, your name comes on and you're, you know what I'm talking about,
Yep.
jump cuts,
Yep,
okay?
yep.
Or for free, you say, when your client says, you have blown me away, you have changed my life, I love working with you because of da-da-da, you just, honor that. You say, wow, thank you, that means so much.
Right.
Like be human,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then these are the words. Can I feature you on a quick video? Feature you, keywords. And they say, well, 9 out of 10 times, well, yeah, of course. Take out your phone, put it in put on your camera, put it in video. I'm talking about very basic, no software needed. Turn it sideways, and you just turn on the video and you just look at the camera and you say, are you struggling with this but want that? Great, I can help. I'm here with Jen today, and Jen just shared with me a client testimonial. Jen, and these are the questions. These are 3 questions you got to ask. You ready?
Yep.
1, what were you struggling with before you met me? And she's going to go blah, 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 blah. And then 2, how did I make it as easy as 1, 2, 3? And then she's going to go blah, 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 blah. And then 3, how is your life better because you worked with me? And then she says, da, 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 da. Then you come back to your introduction, 1 call to action. So if you're out there and you're struggling with this and you want to be able to live your incredible life, I want you to reach out to me by, give them 1. Don't say, here's my phone number and my email and my, no. If you want to call, give them the phone number. If you're doing site retargeting on your website and you want them to your website, give them your website. If you want an email, give them an email. So you just pick 1. So again, if you're out there and you're struggling because you're overwhelmed and brokenhearted, I want you to be able to pay attention because you can get help. That I am here to be able to assist. Now, with that being said, I've been able to help somebody just like you. Jen here, tell me about what were you struggling with before you met me? Boom, boom, boom. That's incredible. Empathy, right? Like, wow, thank you for sharing that. That's beautiful. How did you make it? How have I made it as easy as 1, 2, 3? Boom. Thank you so much. I'm sure somebody out there can relate that that's exactly what they need. Then you come back and you say, now, how is your life better because of that? Boom. And then you go to and press for the ripple effect because generally they're going to keep it within them. Mm-hmm. And they'll say, oh, I grew my business by this much and, I'm a better mom. And then you come with the follow-up question. You say, but how has that helped this globe, the community? And then this made a bigger impact in the world. And then they say something incredible like, Well, because of that, I actually, started doing exercises. And now I actually not only do exercise, but my kids are doing exercises, which means for the rest of their life, they're going to be healthier and they're going to be able to be role models in this world. And they're going to show up fully and they're going to school with their brains activated and they're helping create leaders in the schools. And I'm telling you, your clients will give you marketing gold. And you just say, well, thank you so much for that. Again, if you're out there and you're struggling, feeling overwhelmed and brokenhearted, I want to be able to help you. Go ahead and reach out to me at boom. And that's your whole video. That's marketing gold for free.
Wow. And how long is that?
It's organic. It's organic. So if you're doing a pre-roll ad on YouTube, it could be 10 minutes long.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But ideally, it's like 2 minutes. It ends up being right under 5 minutes. I did one yesterday for a client right out here. We just shot it right outside, no mic even, and it was 2.5 minutes. So, 2 minutes to 10 minutes, depending on how chatty the client is.
All right. So I have 2 things that I want your clarification on.
Sure.
One is, and I'm going to be empathetic, there's a lot of business owners or coaches or speakers or, business people who hate selling.
Yes.
And I'm one of them.
Yes.
Like, people go, oh my God, you do such a good job of PR and marketing. And it's like, yes, because I know I need to do it, but I don't like selling people anything.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I want you to talk about. And 2 is I have a free orientation once a month.
Okay.
I have a do-it-yourself, the book plus video that you can buy for $280.
Okay.
I have an 8-week group course and I have an 8-month private course. So I know I need to focus on one, but my question is, I always feel like no one's going to want to buy right off the bat. They're going to need a little more, what do I get for that money and all that. So what's your expertise on that?
Sure. First of all, you already have built the whole thing. You're going to be blown away how easy it is.
Okay.
But let me ask you a clarifying question.
Okay.
What do you do when you get a lead for that free program? What happens? You get their email, you get their phone number. What do you do? What happens?
So I follow up and I say, I have these things that are part of my ability to help you further, or how did you like the book?
Yeah.
And you can work with me if you would like more in-depth help on happiness.
And that's a phone call?
That's a phone call.
Okay. How long does it take you to call them from when you get the lead?
Probably 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if I told you, and I'm going to lean in on this one.
Okay.
40% of people forget they requested information within 1 hour.
Wow.
40%. I'm going to give another couple of statistics.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tee it up and answer your question because it's so easy. Once you understand it, it's so easy. All right. So let's say you got a room of 100 people and they all say, I'm thinking about your book and your coaching program. I need happiness. So they're qualified. Okay. And they say, I'm ready right now. 3 out of 100 are going to be ready today. Only 3. No matter how good of a salesperson you are, only 3. So the next statistic, and this is the key, 90% of them will be ready in the next 6 months. So then the name of the game becomes, how do I keep them warm for 6 months? So if you're a marketer and entrepreneur out there, ask yourself the question I just asked. What do you do when you get a lead? How do you follow up within an hour? And what are you doing to keep them warm for up to 6 months? The other thing I want to share with you is you actually already have a content marketing machine. You already have the freemium version for a lead magnet. Then you have a core offer that's about $187, very affordable. I'm sure you knock them over with value. And then there's an 8-week training course where they can come in and get more in depth. Not everybody's going to come to that, but that's a profit maximizer. When they do show up, now that's where you make the most money. Is that fair to say?
The privates are.
And then the privates on top. Okay. So what you want is it's a funnel. You just got to get as many people to get the free thing as possible. So when you talk about sales, you don't actually sell. You're giving value. And I'm telling you folks, look, I don't like selling and I don't like being sold to, but I'm a darn good salesperson. Why am I a good salesperson? Because I actually believe in my product. I know that what I'm talking about right now with marketing simplifies and makes it easy for business owners to take action. I know, like you know, with happiness, that taking action is easy when you know what to do. And when you don't know what to do, it's terrifying. So if you're out there and you're terrified, why would I not give you my knowledge, especially for free? I'm going to yell it from the mountaintops. I believe in what I'm doing. I want to tell the world. And that's why I'm here on this interview, right? So the reality is, if you get that fired up about your business and you know that free thing is going to change someone's life, why would you not yell about it in the language of the client that they want? Right?
You're absolutely right. And it's a BS belief system that I think a lot of women more so than men carry, because they don't want to sell anyone. They don't want to, be noticed for, or, who do you think you are? They're afraid of that feedback. And I'm glad that I, owned up to it to you, because it's not, that's bullshitaki.
Yes.
We all have a unique gift, talent, and ability to share, and this is expertise in how to share it. See, when you say if they're warm and how to convert, I get hair going up my back because I just don't want to sell. But I understand what you're saying.
No, you don't have to sell. That's the beauty. Okay, so all you have to do is yell from the mountaintops about the free thing. Okay, that's all you do.
Okay.
You bring Uncle G. Any Uncle G fans out there? Grant Cardone. Okay. Uncle G says you got to breathe fire. Your job as an entrepreneur is to breathe fire all over that business. You make content. You make videos. You put out ads. You do blogs. You get on influencers. You get interviewed. You go and do press releases. You, as the business owner, should not be doing and running the business. You should be breathing fire all over that business and getting it seen. And specifically, you're not selling your services. You're selling your free offer. And if you believe, and it's not selling, you just believe it's valuable.
Am I good? Well, I was debating whether or not, because we still had probably 10 minutes on that video, and I had to make an executive decision. Actually, the board took over. I somehow knocked us out of the studio, but that's the decision. We're going to talk live with my very special guest, Crystal Lindsey, who you just saw give you probably a value of hundreds of dollars of advice just now on the show. So let me get the applause first. Hold on. All right. I didn't get the applause. Welcome to the studio, Crystal. So how did that feel watching yourself?
Exhilarating. I'm clearly full of energy and passionate. And we got to get the news out there. So many people out there selling snake oil about digital marketing, and there's real tips and science and proven techniques and scripts and, all of that. So the more people I can help, the better. I'm just so grateful to be here.
Wonderful. I'm so grateful to have you. And when I asked you a lot of questions on there. And so as you listen to yourself, what maybe did you want to emphasize or bring up or highlight in people's perceptions about marketing and digital marketing and all of that? Did you have any
Yeah. Well, I mean, the main thing is stop talking about what you want people to talk about and start talking about what they already care about. And your business coaching on live on the call was so powerful because you were talking about what they care about, but you were using it in the terminology from your book, which is important. But when you're doing social media marketing, you got to put in their words. So I was really excited about the actual live coaching we did and how we're able to apply it. I thought that was super powerful. I applaud you being vulnerable and available for that on the call. And I'm sure a whole bunch of people got a breakthrough from really hearing about how you're targeting to Jen, that one person, the exact word she needs, and how she's the one who funnels through everything. And you have that one business. You just focus on saying it what they need in their words, and the rest will follow.
Right. Now, I went to your site, which I didn't know about. And when you had said that thing about Foster, it was so fast that it went right over me. Your story is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. So tell me what you've had to, what chiseled you So go and share that with me, because I think it's for anyone who's ever been a foster child. I think it's really important to hear your story. So go ahead.
Sure. The succinct version of it is, I was abandoned into the foster care system and disowned by my family at 11. And I had not even the clothes on my back. And my mom took everything I owned in the middle of the night. And so at 11, I had to decide that I was going to be okay and that I was going to take very good care of myself. And so I actually wrote a book called Grit and Gratitude, the Former Foster Youth's Playbook for Adulting. And that actually goes through and explains the exact steps that I put myself in a peak state using what I call biohacks. To me, it's really basic, but I meditate every day. I journal every day. I practice gratitude every day. I do 100 burpees, before sunrise, but whatever exercise people do. But just being able to take care of yourself, because there's real science around now connecting child abuse to actual physical disease. And if you score 6 out of 10 on the ACE score, you're now on track to die 20 years younger. There's a real science behind that. So I'm really on fire to not only help people with marketing, but show up fully in their business and in life and live a long, healthy life using meditation and exercise and other biohacks.
Right up my alley, right up my life alley. Is your website crystallindsey.com?
Yeah, it's crystallindsey.com. And stay tuned. We're going to have a new one. We're revamping, which will be redirected. So you can go to the same one, to Crystal Lindsey MBA. But currently, crystallindsey.com.
I get it. Do you see it there?
Perfect.
Yeah. And what are some of the things that you do to help people? Obviously, you help them with their succinct story for marketing. Other things?
Yeah, so we're doing through the Crystal Lindsey MBA brand, we're launching pre-recorded trainings, masterminds, coaching. All of that's going to be available to help entrepreneurs, marketers, healers, coaches, you name it. And this was really inspired by an Uber driver who was opening a fantastic healing transformation center. And I asked her for a business card, and she said, that's the whole thing. I don't even know how to get a business card. And I was like blown away. She gave me goosebumps, and God just really spoke to me. It was like, this is your calling, is to help people who are using grit and gratitude and art to be able to build and transform multi-million-dollar businesses, And so I'm really on fire to help as many people as possible. And I believe in group coaching. So yeah, we have phenomenal group coaching packages and masterminds for people to be part of.
Wonderful. Now, what for kids who are out there who don't feel like they belong or don't feel like they are important, what's the message? Like at age 11, I can't even imagine. You're not even, emotionally developed at all at 11. You're sort of starting to understand that you're an individual. What can you say to help kids right now with that healing?
Yeah, my message is getting more succinct and clear each time I say it. So I appreciate the opportunity. It really is to know that, first of all, you matter in this world and you're here for a purpose. We all have unique gifts. And so as an adult, you don't understand this as a child, but as an adult, your goal is to figure out how to use your gifts to the best way possible to make the biggest impact in this world. And so once you believe you matter, you're able to invest in your biohacks, in your morning routine every day. So I want you to understand, if you're out there and you're overwhelmed and triggered or hurting or abandoned or traumatized, whatever that is, that this is a biological problem that needs a biological solution. You can't think your way out of this. There's real brain science that shows trauma restructures how the brain is wiring and firing. But there's also brain science that shows you are not destined to have the brain you were born with. You actually can increase the size of your brain, the connectivity of the brain, so that you can actually be smarter by using meditation, exercise, investing in your relationships, sleeping, eating whole foods. These sound so basic, but this is something that if you're a product of trauma, you have to do these things every day and fight for your life like you're training for the Olympics, or you will be on track to die an early death.
Interesting. New statistics that I haven't heard. I do know that we are one of the 7 out of 10 of us who've had childhood trauma. That's the majority of us.
Yes.
So it's so important to hear what she's saying. It's so important to take care of you, because you are one of a kind, wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, last question that I ask all my guests is, to who or what are you most grateful for? To who or what are you most grateful for?
I am most grateful for my mind, for my brain that, like you said, at 11 allowed me to rationalize how to take care of myself, that allowed me to heal childhood wounds, that allows me to be present in this moment, that allows me to create a big impact, to be able to decide that my life is going to mean something and take the action every day. Because willpower doesn't work. You know, you got to be able to have those routines in the brain to be able to make it possible. So there's so many people who helped me in my life, and I'm grateful for all of them. And at the end of the day, I truly thank God every single day that I have the brain I have and the way it works.
Absolutely. It's amazing. Go to our website, www.crystaljlindsey.com. You can read her story on that opening page. And I learned a lot from interviewing you, but when I read that, I was like, oof, really? Like that truly, and people have said the same thing to me. I can't believe, you know, after all you've been through. I had a psychologist actually say to me, you know, it's amazing and a miracle that you're not clinically depressed after, you know, growing up that way. I had that same reaction with you when I read the story. I'm like, wow, that's a screenplay right there. Unbelievable. Maybe we should both work on that. So that would be kind of fun.
I would welcome the opportunity. And it was actually a licensed counselor who told me I need to thank God every day for the way my brain works, and it's not supposed to work this way. So it is that insight that allows me to understand what makes me unique and why I'm here and why I'm on fire to get in front of as many people as possible. Oprah, here I come. Tony Robbins, let's do some push-ups.
Well, you're starting with the Asian Oprah. So it is.
I know, right? I love it.
Wonderful. All right. So do you have an Asian Oprah giveaway? I have one. My children's book, Mommy, What Are Feelings? The first person to go to drmarissa.life and put in mommy as the code word will get a free download copy of that book. And I didn't ask you ahead of time because I forgot, but some of my guests don't feel that you have to.
Yeah, no problem. We're launching our mastermind and coaching series starting in May. And so I will offer to the first 5 people off this call, if you go ahead and message me, go ahead through crystaljlindsey.com, go to the website and message me. You will have complimentary access for 30 days to our trainings and coachings and masterminds and all the tips. Join the community. Be a marketing genius. Let's do it.
All right, and we're out of time. It's all about balance. Crystal, do this with me. Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. Thank you for tuning in today. Don't forget, tomorrow is caller compliments and commercial day. Come interact with me here on Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show. And remember, go forth and multiply the marketer that you are. Have the best day ever. See you tomorrow.